I mean, yeah, it is. It's pre-season. You can't get too carried away with the results, but I think for the fans, they are concerned. They're not just concerned about the lack of signings. They're concerned about the lack of direction and where this club is going to go. We all know they'll probably make a reasonable fist of staying in the Premier League again. That's been proven over the last 2 seasons under Steve Bruce. He's done it with, he's had some money to spend. Now, he's admitted he's got a limited budget, and he's relying on loan signings. And, they're being kept waiting by Joe Willock, who's talking to Monaco, we believe. And, last night Steve Bruce said that he expects most of the business to take place in the latter stage. Yeah, and you look at the players they have got, and how the starting lineup against West Ham on the first game is shaping up. And Steve Bruce last night talking about goalkeepers, saying he might have to register 4 goalkeepers to protect the squad because Dubravka isn't going to be fit by the start. Darlow is doubtful, and at the minute, he hinted last night Freddie Woodman's leading the race to start the season. Now that would be an interesting situation. Bittersweet really for Freddie Woodman, because while he would get his Premier League debut, he would then be in a situation where he's playing to keep the shirt from some of the more senior players, and that will be difficult. I've got no doubt he's an excellent goalkeeper, but Steve Bruce has proved in the past he leans on the side of senior players, and that would be a worry for Freddie Woodman, because he's got this move to Bournemouth lined up where he would be number 1 for the whole season. So, as I say, bittersweet for him. They've got problems in midfield. John Joe Shelby's injured, and Sean Longstaff's currently pushing for that starting spot. He did okay again last night. Obviously scored at Doncaster on Friday, but he had a couple of good chances. He's taking more risks. He's getting forward more. He's looking the part. So that's one that I would say he's pushing for that first game against West Ham. Matty Longstaff, slightly different story there. He's someone who's probably going to be going out on loan. So there's lots of different options there. But for Steve Bruce, he knows he needs 2, 3, 4 new players. Whether the loans, whether the cash buys, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there are a few concerns creeping in. 1-1 at Rotherham last night, saved by a Jeff Hendrick equaliser. Come off the bench as an emergency striker. Fair enough, he took the header very well. So yeah, it could have been a lot worse at Rotherham, but let's see where they go in the next 2 friendly games. And the big thing is avoiding injuries, because we're at that stage now where you don't want anybody missing for that West Ham game, and I'm pretty sure Steve Bruce will continue to use the squad in the next 2 games against Burton and Norwich.